Ford versus Ferrari is, I mean, it's in here, but it's not the point. I mean, it's not about that. It's just not really about that. All right, anyhow, that's why we have reviews, so we can elaborate. Ford versus Ferrari. So Ford versus Ferrari is the true story about, okay, gonna condense it for you. Ford was like, we need to make a change. We need to get into the racing game. We need to beat Ferrari. We're gonna beat him in this insane race called Le Mans that they always win at. Carroll Shelby, played by Matt Damon. He's the guy who's gonna get it done for us. And Matt Damon's like, Ken Miles, played by Christian Bale. He's the guy who's gonna get it done with me. That man is not wearing hockey pads. Also, the race at the end of this movie takes place in 1966, so it's all working towards that. Almost forgot to mention that. I suppose it's kind of important to let you know what year, if not decade, the movie takes place in. And now it's really two guys versus Ford versus Ferrari. See, that's what I like about this movie. It's not really about the corporation of Ford taking on the corporation of Ferrari, or the CEO of Ford taking on the CEO of Ferrari. It's nothing that unrelatable. It's the story of these two men played by Matt Damon and Christian Bale, Carroll Shelby and Ken Miles. And they're going to create the fastest car they can possibly conceive of and create. And it's the creative process. And I love that. I loved seeing it. I love the performances in this movie. Matt Damon and Christian Bale, both great actors, both great in this movie. Man, Christian Bale just steals all the scenes. First scene with them, you're like, all right, so you're just gonna crush it this whole time. Shoe in for an Academy Award nomination? I don't know. I don't even see the world like the Academy does. But if I was to nominate a Best Actor this year, yeah, I would nominate him. Because he's the heart. You know, you're rooting for both of these dudes. They're both good people. But Ken Miles, Christian Bale's character, he's the heart in this movie because he's the underdog, because he's not the face that Ford wants. So they're kind of like, oh, we don't really want to work with him. We're Ford, damn it. We're class. Ford, you know what that stands for? Fucked over, rebuilt Dodge. Class, I tell you. We can't have him being the face of our company during this race. And that's really where the versus is, you know? It's creators versus the company. They're trying to stonewall them every chance they get. They're trying to micromanage the creative process. And I love that. I can't praise the movie enough about that, because that story is a story as old as time itself. Definitely entertainment itself. It's the way it was then. It's the way it was before then. It's the way it is now with YouTube and the entertainment industry. It's the way it will always be going forward in the future until Skynet takes over, because we're going back to when those movies were good. Company wants to beat the other company, so they need to make a product that's better than the other company's product. Oh, look at that. They're really talented people, and they'll do it for the love of it, so we will use them for our own means. And I love that the movie makes it to where you're never rooting for Ford. It's never, you don't even care about the Ford versus Ferrari thing. You just want these guys to be able to create the greatest car they can. You're rooting for them, not the company that seems to think they own them. In fact, if you're going into this movie expecting a racing movie, you're going to be disappointed. It's not about racing cars, which is great because I know nothing about car racing. Everything I learned about racing, I learned from Mario Kart. Sad to say, I learned today red shells are just not part of the equation. Lucky for everyone, spiked shells aren't either, because those things are bullshit. But it's a movie about creating collaboration. It's about these characters. You don't need to know a lot about racing in order to enjoy Ford versus Ferrari. Like, you don't need to know a lot about hip-hop in order to enjoy Straight Outta Compton. You don't need to know about catching ghosts or being an enthusiast of Gozer the Gozerian in order to enjoy Ghostbusters. Because it's about the spirit, it's about the characters. They're who you root for. That's why you're rooting for this movie in the first place. Also, all the supporting actors, they were great too, because it was so well cast. Josh Lucas is in this movie. Who do you think he plays? Yeah, he plays a complete douchebag for Ford. Who else would he play? That's exactly who he plays, but he plays that character well. Also, Ray McKinnon. You know Ray McKinnon. You don't think you know Ray McKinnon, but you do, because he's that guy in a lot of things. I love the dude because he played Norris Redgwick in the Needful Things adaptation, Stephen King book. Like, oh God, it's like the summer after 10th grade. I read that book, picked up the movie, watched the movie, and I was like, he is so perfect as Norris Redgwick, that side character that a lot of people probably won't remember from the movie, but damn it, he was great as him. And he was good in this movie too, I gotta give him love. And it's directed by James Mangold. I believe it's Mangold or Mangold. However you want to enunciate. But that's the director of Logan, also quite a few other movies, 310 to Yuma, but Logan. Come on. Point is, Ford versus Ferrari, I heard good things. We all heard good things because we always hear good things from people coming out of film festivals and premieres. It's just the way gushing goes. But as it got closer to me watching this movie, it's kind of low-key became one of my anticipated movies. I was like, I really want to see this movie. Not only did the movie not disappoint, it exceeded my expectations. Like I said, if you're going in looking for a racing movie, you're not gonna leave fulfilled, although I will say the end race in this movie is amazing. It's exciting, nail biting. I was biting my nails hardcore. I mean, I bite my nails anyway. But damn, yeah, I had to pee for like half this movie. Never left. Ken Miles is a name I've never heard of, and I feel like I should, because as this movie presents him, he's like the Mozart of race cars. He just knows how a car is supposed to work. He's the embodiment of that speech everyone gives in a movie. Matt Damon actually gives it in this movie, where it's like, you can get a racer anywhere, but you need something else, you know? You need heart. It's someone who feels the car. He's that guy, you know, he's the guy who truly does feel the car. I'm kind of on a high with this movie. Usually I err on the side of caution, like, all right, you know, maybe we'll just bust it down a little bit. I've been cautious about my awesome-taculars, but you know what? I'm going with it today. Ford versus Ferrari is awesome-tacular. All right, so Miles and Shelby versus Ford, which is probably what the movie should have been called. Have you seen it? What did you think about it? Or what's your favorite movie about the creative spirit? Whatever it is, whatever you think, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.